the ill and for reforms that strengthen our criminal justice system. He supported the Harris County Public Defender's Office because fairness in the courtroom matters. He built the relationships necessary to move policy and deliver results for Precinct 1 and the entire Harris County. Franco Lee was a voice for the voiceless. In many ways, he was like LBJ. He knew how to hug and he knew when to choke. And trust me, he could do both and did it on a regular basis. To me, he was a friend and a mentor. I turned to him when I faced major decisions in my life. His counsel was grounded in experience and in love for this community. This statute and this sign give us a place to pause and reflect on the contributions of L. Franco Lee. His legacy lives in parks, the programs, and the generations that he benefited with his steady leadership. During this Centennial Black History Month, we honor the path he opened and the standard that he set. His name is cast in bronze and will soon be emblazoned on a sign above the historic Highway 59. But his legacy lives on in this community, in every child, every family, and every neighborhood who benefited from his care. I cannot say enough about how proud I am that Senator Boris Miles and Representative Harold Dutton passed the legislation in 2017 through the State House and the State Senate. It was signed by the governor to put this sign up on the freeway. That is what the sign will look like. Let's give it a round of applause. And you're going to hear from them next, and then we're going to hear from Kenny Friedman, a longtime friend. A brief comment from the chair of the board of the Hester House, because the funding for this comes by way of Hester House, and we appreciate that so much. And then the last speaker, I had to look around me, will be one of my favorite artists who is going to find time to get out to El Franco Lee Park, because he's going to do a painting in honor of his dad out at El Franco Lee Park. So in that order, Representative Dutton, Senator Miles, and then Kenny Friedman, and then Jeremy Brown.
Thank you, Commissioner Ellis. Let me thank all of the supporters of this. I passed House Bill 635 back in 2017 to create the El Franco Memorial Highway, and I did that because, well, let me just cite something for you that you probably didn't know. I'm probably one of the persons up here who have known Franco almost all his life. And in 1972, the year Rodney graduated high school, I was director at Hester House. And El Franco Lee came over one day and he said, Mr. Dutton, Harold, he called me Harold, he didn't call me Mr. Dutton. He only called me Mr. Dutton if I owed him money. But he said, Harold, I need to borrow the van. I said, what are you going to do, Franco? He said, well, I need to go to the Kelly Court and pick these boys up from the Kelly Court. Now, if you know anything about Fifth Ward at that time, the boys from the Kelly Court and the boys in Fifth Ward, it was like oil and water. So I thought, well, Franco, if you're going to do it, okay. So Franco comes back and picks up about 15 boys. He comes back to Hester House. I'm getting prepared for a war. And I thought, well, gee, I need to figure it out. But the phone rang, so I got intel with that. And then when I hung up, I went looking for these boys because I just knew there had to be a war someplace going on. And I ran to the gym, and those boys weren't there. And I thought, what the hell? Where did they go? I went back, and in the library at Hester House, Franco had all these 15 boys in the library reading books. That was Franco. He was instrumental in helping the street corner scouting program. I don't know how many of you knew that. He made sure that boys who didn't have a uniform for scouting, that he was going to make sure that they participated and got the benefits from scouting anyway. And so I am proud to have been not only El Franco's friend, I will tell you this, he was my best friend, my very best friend that I could have, and I feel his spirit today. We grew up, we lived 2 blocks from each other, and so he was always at my house, or I'd come by his house, and he would come to my house sometime, and I'd be cutting my yard, and Franco would start helping me cut my yard. And he'd always look at me and say, Harold, what am I doing? I got a yard man, and I'm over here helping you cut your yard. And I used to tell Franco, I said, well, you're just a great county commissioner. Come on, man, keep going. So anyway, thank you all. This is a wonderful occasion, and I certainly want to say again, thanks to my commissioner, to Andy Shoddy, and to everybody who has been a part of this, because we couldn't have done it for a better public servant and a better friend. God bless you all, and thank you.
Thank you, Harold. Let me say good afternoon and thank you. And thank you to Commissioner Ellis for just including me in today's unveiling. Often we don't get the opportunity to celebrate our giants. And Franco Lee was a giant. So I'm very honored that I was able to join State Representative Harold Dutton in the passing of House Bill 635, which renamed a portion of U.S. Highway 59 in Harris County to be named Commissioner El Franco Lee Memorial Highway. Y'all give it up for that first. Commissioner El Franco Lee Highway. It's truly an honor to be here with you today to celebrate the unveiling. The Commissioner's Franco Lee Highway, he was one of our most prolific leaders in this country, in this city, in this state, and especially in this county of Harris. And he was a legacy to serve that lives on and will continue to vibrate throughout this city and this county. He began his political career in 1971 after graduating, as you've already heard, from 5th Ward's Phyllis Wheatley. He was elected in 1979 to House District number 142, which represents Northeast 5th Ward. In 1984, he went on to become Harris County's first African-American County Commissioner, where he would serve until his death in January of 2006. As a commissioner, he worked to assist the elderly and improve the quality of life for underserved youth, the underserved youth in our community. El Franco had a great love and reverence for his community. As a leader, he taught us not only to demand, but continue to demand the things we needed to serve our community. And don't stop until you obtain them. I stand tall, and just always stand tall, and never back down from a fight, especially when we were fighting for our communities. I would like to say thank you to his family for allowing us to be with us. Thank you, Franco Lee Jr. We appreciate you, brother. Thanks to Fran and your mom. For allowing us to spend time with us and to be there to serve our community. So we give you a big thank you. He will forever be loved by those who knew him and revered him. I did say revered him because he was a revered man. Those who will get to know him through the stories we will continue to tell, because we must continue to tell his story. El Franco is one of our greats. He was a giant amongst men, and this Memorial Highway will always remind us of El Franco Lee's presence. Thank you.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here and represent Franco's friends and the Street Olympics that he started some 40 years ago. It was a great event. And, you know, Franco spent his entire adult life helping other people. Whether it was seniors or whether it was young people, he was always there to help people get a leg up on what was going on in the community and how they could better themselves. What a great role model for all of us. So from my experience, thank you, Peggy Smith, thank you, Ashley, for being part of this and for lending all of our talents to helping young people do better in the 5th Ward. You know, Franco, as everybody has said, grew up in the 5th Ward and he never left, right? He still lived in the home that he grew up in. And that's a very unique thing in this day and time. And so he's a man who never left his community, always loved his community, and he would be really pleased to be here today. We're delighted to have El Franco Jr. here with us. We miss his sister and we miss his mother, who unfortunately passed away a few years ago. But I know they're here with us in spirit, and so thank you all for being here and being a part of this really important presentation, and hopefully everybody will have a chance to come back periodically and take a look at this statue and remember what Franco really served. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jeremy Brown. I am the chair of the board of Julius C. Hester House. For over 80 years, Hester House provided Houston's Fifth Ward and the surrounding communities with a diverse range of programs focused on enhancing educational and recreational opportunities for youth, while at the same time providing vital employment training and support services for adults. When you talk to anyone who ever went to Hester House or were part of its programming, you always and immediately feel the love that they have for that historic place. However, like the old folks say, love doesn't pay the bills. Hester House did have some dark times and bills were hard to pay, but the late L. Franco Lee stepped in and ensured Hester House's long-term viability. He was able to do so because he had power. One of the most powerful elected officials in the region, he leveraged that power to ensure that Hester House operations were stabilized and continued to provide resources and services to the community. One of my favorite MLK quotes is that power without love is reckless and abusive, and love without power is sentimental and anemic. Power at its best is loving, implementing the demands of justice, and justice at its best is power correcting everything that stands against love. Commissioner Lee's legacy is the love of people, particularly those on the margins. Like he did for Hester House, he used his power to build parks and infrastructure and provide programming for countless youth and seniors in this journey to correct everything that stands against love. The interplay of love and power is a lesson we all should carry forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeremy. I guess I should have mentioned where we are, by the way. This is El Franco Lee Public Service Plaza, which was designated after Commissioner Lee passed away. This building, the Old Family Law Center, will come down. Commissioner's Court has voted to take it down. That building, the old jail, will come down as well. When this Family Law Center comes down, there'll be a magnificent view of the old historic courthouse. Over there where that vacant lot is, that will be a part of the Remembrance Park. So will this lot. The Remembrance Park will go down to Buffalo Bayou. It will tell the story of Africans who developed this great city that we enjoy today, and the contributions of African Americans over the years. We're gonna find a way, young Franco, to include obviously the Old Franco Lee Public Service Plaza as part of the Remembrance Project. We're gonna hijack a little bit. So we're talking to two internationally renowned artists about whether or not we can do replicas of their artwork behind the Old Franco Lee statue, so we can pull you onto that green space, but not overwhelm the plaza. And we're talking to the Buffalo Bayou Association about expanding a little bit straight across the way. From this area, you can look up and you walk back and you see a replica of a John Biggers on the Juvenile Justice Center. Over there is a replica of a painting from the Accra floods on the University of Houston downtown campus. Now I mention all that because one of my advisors on art happens to be L. Franco Lee Jr. And I called him up one day. I was out at El Franco Lee Park and I said, I see some walls out here and I think some of your art would look great on it. So he's gonna find time to go out there at some point. In this public service plaza, every detail was crafted under the wishful and thinking eye and mind of Kay Lee. So you see a statute, you see a quote on the ground over there, you see a quote on this piece of marble behind us, and you see quotes on that side. But Kay designed every bit of it, where she wanted the hills, where she wanted the trees. These trees are not quite giving us the shade that we expected, so I think Precinct 1 is gonna do a little something to improve that, because we want to draw more people over here. I appreciate my staff cleaning up the park a little bit. This is one that county engineer handles, but I think as in the process of the Remembrance Park, we're gonna probably take over it. And with your permission, we're gonna make a few little changes, maybe add a little color. I know Franco had that horticulture. Your dad had that horticulture center, so Judy will probably add a little more color to this park as well. But with that, I want to bring up young Franco, who's representing his mother, his sister. I want to apologize to Fran. This was going to be on Friday. And then another legend died, Reverend Jesse Jackson. So I thought that I and maybe others, maybe the Senate representative would be headed to Chicago. And it's a hell of a lot better being here than being in Chicago. With that, would you please welcome L. Franco Lee Jr.
Appreciate it. Hello. I appreciate everyone coming out. I'm L. Franco Lee II. This is a true honor to come full circle in my life and see my dad's life come full circle. I happen to teach at U of H downtown, that's right cat corner to this plaza, have a mural display and art piece at Meow Wolf on Lyons Avenue. So this whole area really feels like home. I couldn't have asked for anything more close to an artist's dream. But this plaza is, just the most breathtaking thing I've ever experienced in my life, having my dad honored in this way. And I just want the public to be able to enjoy it and be aware of it. And, may it be a staple in downtown Houston. Thank you, everyone, for coming out. I appreciate it.
In case anybody's wondering why we didn't bring it over here, I want a picture with El Franco and all of us. Why we didn't have this ceremony today out there on I-59. You ever tried being on I-59 during rush hour? But when the sign is completed, we'll go out there and do it. How's that vision? Where you getting, Franco? Thank you all. Is that all right? You got a good visual? So you want to put it up? Oh, we should come up front. Come up in the sun. Should we come? Yeah, move the podium. No, mess this mic up. Yeah. We take this tape.
Just tape.
I've been down one more.
That's it.
Perfect.
That's it, right? That's all we
Thank
need.
you. Okay.
Ronnie, you want to get over there?
How about some of the family members? Come on over here. Come on over. My trainer. I'm paying all the way back up.
Okay, these cameras first. 1, 2, 3.
Judy, come up here. We don't want all these knuckleheads on this picture. You got the statue too?
Yes. Okay. Big 1, 2, 3. Thank you. All right, 1, 2, 3. One more. Great, thank you.
Thank you all. Thank you. You can go back and eat the rest of the food in there.